$2.5 million at the age of 19. That's how much I made from Snapchat and YouTube. Now, I know, guys, keep an open mind. I know the majority of you are going to call cap, and that's completely all right. You're well within your right to do that, but I'm going to go ahead and show you everything in today's video. I'm not here to sell you a course. Just keep that in mind. I know this video is highly just not edited at all, but this is purely for the 1% that want to actually watch and want to change their life. So let me get right into it. If I head over to our emails now, obviously I'm going to blur out a lot of the information, like the personal info, but let's head over to 2023 Snapchat remittance emails, which are essentially Snapchat paying us. In September, we got paid 106,000 USD from Snapchat. Now, keep in mind, this is pure profit. This is how much we got. This is a remittance. So if you guys know what bank transfers are, this is Snapchat essentially paying us 106,000. Let's go to August 2023, 121,000 US dollars. Let's go to July 2023. We got paid $78,000. And guys, I'll scroll up. This just goes on forever and ever and ever. And I am telling you now, we made about $2.5 million from Snapchat. Happy to show all the proof. I'm not here to flex. I'm not here to lie or anything like that. Not sugarcoating, complete transparency. In today's day and age, making $15,000 a month is so easy, it's ridiculous. And I know the majority of you guys are going to call cap, and that's completely understandable, but please just keep an open mind, because I know you think it's difficult. It just really isn't. This money has never been so freely grabbable. We're in I don't even know how to explain it. We're just in a situation where money is just so easy to make, and you really have to be acting upon that and really taking the initiative yourself. But without further ado, let's get into the document, which is obviously YouTube automation, the point of today's video. That is where the real money is at. Branded channels, short channels, faceless channels. I know it's very hard to wrap your head around. Like, people think it's just way too overwhelming. I can't do it. Now, I'm here to tell you you can do it, and it is not easy. It's not hard whatsoever. Making a shorts channel to do $10,000 or $5,000 a month, you can start that tomorrow and have it doing that within a month. It is so easy, and I'm going to be showing you the entire blueprint and everything in today's video. Now, big emphasis on me not trying to sell you a course. That needs to be the main point of today's video. I am not trying to sell you a course. I want everybody to be aware of that, because whenever you have that in the back of your mind, it's hard to take anything that a person is saying at face value. Most people that have courses made all their money from selling that course. That is the complete opposite with myself. Now, finding a niche is the most important fundamental aspect of starting, YouTube automation as a whole. Whether it be shorts, whether it be long form. You want something with longevity. I went into a bit more depth on short term versus longevity in my previous video. Go ahead and check that out if you haven't already, but let's get right into it. So what you want to do is find a niche that already has a proven concept. Now, I know I go into the same channels every single video, so let's spice it up a little, but let me give you an example of a channel that's been around for a few years and has done a little over $1 million in revenue. Now, this is Movie Flame. Essentially, what they do is they'll just go into different fandoms, whether it be Harry Potter, Avatar: The Last Airbender, shows like that, and kind of give a rundown on the lore. Now, these videos are so easy to make. Back in the day, about 3 to 4 years ago, which is when they kind of started. I know it says 11 years, but it's about 6 years ago this guy specifically started. Now, there are channels scattered all around YouTube in a similar niche that are brand new, and they're still performing very, very well. This is just an example of one of those channels that has a very, very rich history and a big longevity. So this channel specifically, back in the day, it was a lot harder to make these videos, but given all the technological advancements we've had with AI, this content is just so much easier to pump out now. You can use AI to write the entire script, give it a great prompt, create your own ChatGPT model, which you can do with ChatGPT 4.0. You can pump out these scripts, use 11 Labs to do a very realistic voice, and so on and so forth. It is just so ridiculously easy. Your only expense for a channel of this stature, which back in the day would be impossible. This is a full-time job back in the day. And I actually personally know Morgan, who runs this channel. Guys, he was putting in so much work, and the possibilities that you guys have at your disposal right now is ludicrous. You could essentially make one of these entire videos within 20 minutes. Back in the day, you would have had to write the entire script, do all the research, do all the voiceovers, which takes a lot of acts to do a voiceover correctly. Nowadays, you could post one of these videos, get 100,000 views. It has about a $6 to $7 RPM. That's $700 just like that. And if you're consistently posting daily, your only expense is editing and thumbnail design. Now, these videos aren't even that well edited. It's quite simple to edit. I would say any decent editor could do this for about $25 to $30 a video, which, yes, if you are posting 30 times a month, that's about $900 expense every single month, which isn't much when you consider that if you don't have that budget, you can go ahead and do short form. So this is just an example of one of those many niches that has been oversaturated with AI and is just going to be so much easier, to start pumping out content. So that's kind of the most important thing, finding a niche that has longevity. You do not want to go with a niche that has short-term stature and hasn't actually been around for too long, so you don't know whether it's what's going to work or not. You want to find something has a proven concept, has a track record, and hasn't died out in the last 3 to 4 years. That, for example, on that Movie Flame channel, that's been around for 7-8 years. It is not going anywhere because even if in the small chance Harry Potter dies, which it's not going to, it's like one of the biggest movie franchises of all time. Even if it does die, you can go ahead and do something else. You have Avatar: The Last Airbender, you have Family Guy, you have The Simpsons, you have all these massive fandoms that are just waiting for you to tap into the money. I went into a few other channels in my previous video, which was like a Family Guy Shorts channel doing $7,000 a month. So many channels, and the amount of info you're going to get here is obviously always going to be free. But that's kind of the point in finding a niche. You want to just scour YouTube on a guest browser, so your whole feed is just not your personal interest. You want to find a niche that looks interesting. Do your research, do your due diligence, and stick to that niche. Now, automating the entire process all in one Slack or Discord community. Now, you did used to need scriptwriters back in the day. You still do for some certain niches that are very, very intricate and require scriptwriters, but for the most part, you aren't going to need them anymore. Really, your primary people are going to be editing, thumbnail design, and potentially video ideation, which is going to be coming up with the ideas if you are really, really lazy like me. But obviously, if you're starting out, there's no need to be that lazy. You can commit to it. You can get the video ideas yourself. And obviously, at the end of the day, nobody's going to be as good as a motivated you. That's the truth. That's what I've learned in my own time. I'm always the only person I trust to do something that's actually important to me because nobody else has my best interest at heart. So automating the entire process all in one Discord community. What that means is, let's say you have your team, you have an editor, you have a scriptwriter, you have everything you need. You want to make a Discord server, create their channels, create their roles where only they can talk in their own specific channel. You want to have your video editors, your scriptwriters, and whatever else you might have all in one server, and then have a general chat where they can communicate with each other. So your first point of action might be giving the idea to your scriptwriter. He might write that. Then the scriptwriter should set it off to the voice actor, which is obviously, in this case, 11 Labs. Now, he will just do that himself. And if you do have a voice actor, you can go that route as well. That voice actor will then send it over to the editor. That editor will then edit it and send it over to you. So you want to have the 3-step process down completely organically, where you don't need to do any intervention, minus, overseeing everything, making sure everyone isn't stupid, and just making sure that your team is on track to actually pump out quality content. Now, that's kind of the fundamental point of YouTube automation as a whole. You want to make sure that your entire process is automated because obviously at the start, you are going to have to put in more effort than you would, not at the start, but it is just going to get easier. Like that Snapchat shows that I was showing you guys, I'm telling you now, we do zero work every single month on this, and I mean that. I do nothing. I haven't spent a single minute, and it's still doing about $50,000 to $100,000 a month for me, and I don't do anything. And I think that's kind of where everybody wants to make money. For example, this is one of our meme shows. I don't even touch it. This is entirely my money. All of this is mine, minus Snapchat's cut, which is 50%. But all of this is mine, $11,000 this month, and I don't even upload. I don't even know what happens on the show. I have someone that runs it for like 5% equity, and he does everything himself, and I don't even touch it. Now that kind of covers everything I wanted to go into depth on about automating the process. Now, if you want to know where to find people to actually edit and to do all that stuff, I'm going to give you the source now, something that nobody else will tell you, and that is discord.gg/creative paradise. Now, this place is the holy grail for finding editors, scriptwriters, everything. And this is not sponsored. This is completely my own opinion because I've used this so much. You post a job listing, you put your budget, your references, maybe a sample that you're trying to copy or imitate. And as soon as you post that, you ping the editor role. You'll just get like a million DMs from potential editors. And what I've personally done, which is a bit scummy, but who cares? You say to every single person that reaches out to you, can you do a sample? Can you do a sample? You say that to every single one of them, and you get a sample. Whichever one is the cheapest and the highest quality, you end up going with them. And you keep rinsing and repeating that process until you've got your entire team done. Now, one thing I would always say is keep a backup. Keep a backup, one editor, a backup, one scriptwriter, and a backup, one thumbnail designer. That way, if one of them ever is out of commission, or they don't want to work, or they're being lazy, or they're slacking, you boot them off and you get that new guy on. That's kind of a little strategy that I've learned over the years, but that's kind of all there is to know about automating it and having it all in one server. That's very important and a crucial aspect. Now, next thing is affiliate versus revenue channels. Now, this is a very, very gatekept topic on YouTube. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you a channel that I personally own that I don't run much anymore, but one that makes quite a lot of money. So this is a Minecraft channel, and I know it might sound weird, but Minecraft servers are probably one of the most profitable ventures online. Now, this is a channel that I've had for the last 3 years. I don't even record the videos anymore. It's completely automated, but this channel here only gets about 3,000 views a video. And you might be wondering, well, how are you making money off this? And that's a fantastic question. And that's because the Minecraft servers pay me to make the videos. And that's because joins on Minecraft servers are worth a lot of money, upwards of like $1.50 per person that joins. So with this one channel, I won't go into too much depth because there's more I want to cover that's even better than this, but this is my personal channel. I get paid $500 a video per video that I actually upload. Doesn't seem like much, but I don't really post anymore because I have better things to worry about. But when I was posting on this about 3 years ago, it was making about 15 grand a month. It was actually quite passive, and it was actually a really good way to make money. So that's an affiliate channel. So for example, Magic is a Minecraft channel. There's a bunch of other ones just like this. There's another channel called How to AI. Now this is a huge channel which teaches people how to do YouTube automation. Obviously it's all cap, but what they do is they might advertise VSub or Creo, which is one of those sites where you can essentially make short form content. Now, I'm telling you now, never use one of these sites, whether it's VSub or Creo.ai, never use them. They're so capped. They say they make short form content for your channel. None of this is ever going to blow up. These videos are so poorly edited and you're never going to blow up with AI content. I'm sorry to tell you, you just won't. You have to do it yourself. So what they'll do though, is they'll essentially advertise VSub in their video and get commission from that. So I believe VSub is about 35% of all the revenue you make, you get to keep, and that's long term. So these guys will be posting something and they'll have their affiliate link in the description right here. See, so we have free YouTube blueprint, they have apply to work with me, private community, just way too much stuff. And then check out the tools used in this video. They will have every single tool. And obviously whenever somebody signs up to one of those tools, they'll get a fat commission and they're just printing. I know one of those channels, that channel there, probably doing about $700,000 a year purely from affiliates. Now, another major example, which is obviously a lot more frowned upon, and I don't really want to say the word just because I might get demonetized, but you guys probably know when it comes to CSGO skins, that type of stuff, that is probably the bread and butter of an affiliate channel. They can get paid upwards of $30,000 a video just to make this content, and you can even go on a smaller scale. And I know morally it's wrong, but it is where the money's at, and nobody ever got rich without somebody else getting poor. That's just a fact of life. Whether it's the advertisers, whether it's the marketers, it doesn't matter. But this guy here, Juicy, he is making millions of dollars a year, upwards of $10 million a year from posting these videos. Now, that's an affiliate channel, something that relies not on ad revenue from YouTube themselves, but from actual commissions or from a site paying you or from a Minecraft server paying you. Now, there are so many examples of this, whether it be Fortnite maps, Roblox maps, Minecraft servers. There's just so many examples of where you can make a lot of money, not relying on YouTube's algorithm, but more so relying on outreaches and people that actually pay you commission. So that kind of covers an affiliate channel. Obviously, we all know what a revenue channel is. That's just a channel that relies solely on YouTube ad revenue to survive, which is very, very good, but obviously you leave yourself vulnerable to getting demonetized and stuff like that. But presuming you know what you're doing, you probably aren't going to get demonetized. It's pretty unlikely, and even in the event it does, you make a massive rant on Twitter, get all your friends to retweet it, and YouTube will help you out. That's the honest truth. But yes, there are so many channels to do, and obviously they all perform great. Now, we have one more thing to discuss, and that is burnout. This is probably the biggest thing that ruins every single upcoming entrepreneur's journey on YouTube, and I say that with certainty. YouTube is not hard. 5K a month is not hard. 10K a month is not hard. 15K a month is not hard. And I know it sounds like I'm bloating, and I know it is just rude to say, but it is true. If you're making less than $5,000 a month, I'm sorry, but you're doing it wrong. And it's so easy. Please just take the advice I'm saying, watch all my videos and just really act upon it. And if you don't succeed in the first 3 months, I'll be very, very shocked. But burnout, what that means is you'll find a niche, you'll get started, you'll do your editing, you'll do your script writing, you'll go all out for the first video, whether it's on long form or short form, and the first video won't perform well, so you stop. You really need to expect, this is one thing I've learned, expect to do 10% of the channel you're trying to copy. Now, what that means is if a channel's doing 100 grand a month, don't expect to do the same amount as them because it's not going to happen at the start. Expect to do 10K a month. Find something like that, and then please don't get burnt out. I know on the first video you might spend $100. You want to get something long term. You want to make sure you have enough money to do whether it be 15 videos, 30 videos. If long form and you've done 30 videos and it hasn't blown up, you're probably doing something wrong or you're shadow banned, which is pretty unlikely, but that's really the only explanation. What I can say is make sure you plan out. Make sure you have enough capital to not rely on YouTube's algorithm, but to rely on your own skill and your own dominance in actually getting the content created. Don't rely on YouTube pushing out your content because more than likely it's not going to happen on the first video. It will take a few videos to start snowballing. So don't spend everything on the first video and be like, oh my God, it didn't get views. Okay, now I have to quit. Plan ahead, make sure you have enough capital and enough everything ready to continue for at least a few weeks. And once you've done that, you'll overcome the biggest factor that makes 99% of YouTubers quit straight away, and that is burnout. Now, that was everything I wanted to cover in today's video. Obviously, I try and keep these videos short. I do have a mentorship, which is a one-on-one, not a course. Don't get it mixed up. One-on-one mentorship where I work directly with clients. The link is in the description, is blakeryan.co. Now, guys, once again, these videos will always be free. I very much appreciate it. The channel has been performing so great recently. If you do enjoy this, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to turn on post notifications so you stay up to date on every single new piece of advice that I give you. Thank you so much for watching.